Yom Sheni LaParsha Shmini. We're into our preparation for Pesach. And we began yesterday with a Ramban that discussed the two aspects of Anoichi Hashem Elikecha Asher Hotzeisecha me'eretz Mitzrayim mi beis avodim. And in this pasuk we encountered two separate Yesoides of Yetzias Mitzrayim. Number one, Yetzias Mitzrayim is the foundation of our emunah, that we are nivroim. And the second aspect is mibeis avodim, that we are chayiv to serve Hashem because He was poide them me'avdus Mitzrayim, like it says in the pasuk, ki avoda yehem asher hoitzeisi oisom me'eretz Mitzrayim. Now you have to know that the avodah, the whole aspect of Mitzrayim and Pesach has become greatly watered down and diminished in our times. Pesach became a Yom Tif of freedom. Pesach became a Yom Tif of freedom, and it became, the emphasis became, is that we got out of Mitzrayim. I once had a story where I was mekarev a family, and there was the oldest son's a young boy, the smartest boy in a Mizrahi institution. And his father brought him to me, and I was learning with him. And I tried to emphasize to him that he's missing the boat in his education. So I asked him, did you learn the story of Pesach in your school? He looked at me like well, what do you think? Like, of course. I said, really? Well, what did they tell you? They said it's a Chag HaCherus. Hashem saved us from Mitzrayim, saved us from the evil Parai, saved us from oppression. And I began to laugh, and I even made believe that I fell off the chair. I started to roll with laughter, and I fell off the chair onto the floor's carpeting, and I said, I hope you don't mind, I can't control myself. I have never heard anything so funny. And the kid was looking at me with these big wide eyes, I finally get up off the floor and I say, that's nonsense. You see, you don't even learn about Pesach. Everybody knows about Pesach. And the emes is, I was thinking that most Yidden might give the same answer. And most Yidden, I believe, identify our Yetzias from Mitzrayim to the liberal, democratic view of no slavery, no oppression of others. Everybody's created equal. But that's not what Yetzias Mitzrayim is about. Yetzias Mitzrayim is about becoming avodim. The Yontif of Pesach is about us becoming Avdei Hashem. Vayoytze es amo Yisroel mitoicham lecherus olam ki avoda yehem ki li b'nei Yisroel avodim v'loy avodim la'avodim. The whole yesod of Yetzias Mitzrayim is that we became Avdei Hashem. Before it was Avdei Paroi, and now it's Avdei Hashem. And this is the reason I believe that most people are not comfortable with Pesach. Because in our Western society, in our modern society in Eretz Yisrael, no one likes the concept of kfiyah datit. You could ask our representatives from Eretz Yisrael, they will tell you they don't like any kfiyah whatsoever toward Avdus of Hashem. They want to do things their way. They like, people like to be frum in their fashion. They don't want to be pushed. They want to be Avdei Paroi. But you have to know that is the yesod of Yetzias Mitzrayim. Now, the source of that is a number of sources which I want to introduce you to. First of all, the Torah says in Parshas Boy, it says, "Ve'ovadeta es ha'avoida hazois b'chodesh hazeh." Rashi says, what is es ha'avoida hazois? It means Shel Pesach. The Korban Pesach is the symbol of avodah. It's not stam a kiyum mitzvah of akrovas korban. This is the symbol of avodas Hashem, of the avdus of Hashem. And Rashi brings down the parasha Rishona Nemar, v'hoyo ki yoimru aleichem b'neichem mo avoda azois lachem beben rosha hakosev medaber shahoitzi es atzmoi min haklal. And we tell our children that this is what Pesach is about. It's the Iker Nekudas, the Ramban's Mi Beis Avodim. That's the whole Avodah over here. When we accept upon Pesach, and everything about Pesach teaches us this, the whole concept of the preparation, the Achonah for Pesach, it's done in the extreme fashion. It's been the minig of Klal Yisroel, mikadmas dino, from time immemorial. Klal Yisroel's always been meichen like crazy. And then they come along and says, does it have to be that hard? Do you have to take it that serious? Aren't you taking it a little more than you have to? Where does it come from? There's a Kabbalah from the Grog in the name of Rabbi Elchanan Wasser that on the night of Leil Seder there are 64 mitzvahs. There's no night, no time of the year where you have so many mitzvahs coming together in one shot. A group of Kohen set about to figure out what the 64 was, and they all reached 64. However, they didn't reach the same 64. Then you get the same ones. But every bracha, every zach, what's a mitzvah on this night? What you shot? You know why? Because tonight, the symbol is avodah. The whole avodas halayla is I'm retying, I'm rebinding myself to avodas Hashem. Because Hashem took me out of Mitzrayim. I'm reminding myself, V'oisonu hoitzi. Chai, what the Melira says, Atzmei kilu yotzim Mitzrayim. V'oisonu hoitzi. And therefore, I'm a chuyev in avodas Hashem and avdus of Hashem. This is the concept. Now the pasuk says in Parshas Boy also, Leil Shimurim Hula Hashem. This night, Halaylo Hazeh La Hashem, Shimurim L'chol B'nei Yisroel L'Doyreisam. Comes along the Ramban and says like this: Shezeh Halaylo, this night, Shehoya Shomor L'Hashem. It was Shomor to Hashem to take them out of Mitzrayim. Koloimar, you know what it means? He says, what does it mean? Mekudesh Lishmoy. This night is sanctified for Hashem. What does that mean to say? And he goes explains. Shimurim l'chol b'nei Yisroel l'dereisam. It's shamur for all b'nei Yisroel, for all the dereisam. Sheyishmeru oisay. How? La'avoid boy lefanov. They should be oivid Hashem. B'achilas haPesach, v'schiras hanisim, v'loses halel v'hoidol lishmoy. Like it says, v'shamarta sachuka hazois. We have to understand that this night is not a night of freedom. It's a night where we celebrate our becoming the avodim for Hashem. It's a very, very important. And if you look in the Rishonim, you'll get that klur from a lot of Rishonim. The Lashon of Rabbeinu Yonim Brachas is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu kishigolonu v'hoitzianu mimitzrayim hoya. What was the purpose? Lihiyoseinu loy la'avodim, that we beat to him for avodim. That was the time. It was Shomer LaHashem. That was this night being Shomer LaHashem. To do the Ratzon Hashem, to be kaifef ourselves. Ki avodayhem. Asher Oitzeis Yesameretz Mitzrayim. Yeah. And he says, V'avadetem es Hashem Elikeichem. That's it. That's the whole purpose. The ganze tafkid of Yitzias Mitzrayim was that tafkid. Hafel of a fellow Neir Neroyos. There's a Yerushalmi in Pesachim in Perek Hey that says like this: Amar Rab Levi, Keshem shenitim koyach lekoilu shel Moshe mahalach mem yom. When Moshe spoke, you ever wonder how Moshe could talk to people? How did Moshe talk to Klal Yisrael? He didn't have a ramkoil. How did he talk? What do you have? Tonsils made out of what do you have? Lungs, what do you have? So it says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave Moshe a koyach niflo b'koyach. You know how far his koil went? His koil was able to cover a distance of 40 days walk. You know how many miles that is? 40 days. The Gemara says how much mil a person walks in a day. That's an awful lot of place. But there was one other person who was granted this koyach. You know who that was? Para. Kach nitin koyach lekoil shepara. What did he say? Let's take this up. Know what he said? Kumu tsu'u mitoich ami. Get up and get out of here. Get out of here. Lisha'ovar heyisem avdei paroi. Mikan ve'elach atem avdei Hashem. Ba'oisha shah hoyu oimrim. Know what they said ba'oisha shah? Hallelu avdei Hashem. V'loi avdei paroi. Paroi said that to them. Say hallel. Say hallel ki avdei Hashem, not avdei paroi. Dvorim nefloi. Hear that? Unbelievable. He says, Harei atem b'rshutchem. Mamish. This is the aside of the ganze. The Leil Pesach was revealed to us. The whole chalois, avdus, klapi HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's why the Korban Pesach, which is the symbol of the avodah that night, it's called avodah. It's the shayrish of all avodas, all karbanis, all mitzvahs out. That's why it was shomer la Hashem. That's what Hashem was waiting for. And here's a guy that's sitting there, and he's thinking to himself, how many rich people, how many from Yidden are thinking to themselves, you think I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning? Yes, somebody. Yes, you going to have tomorrow morning? Of course not. Sugar mister. I'm not thinking of Krishma. Kabbal's Malchus Shemayim. 5 Techan. How many people go to sleep that night thinking I'm not getting up tomorrow morning? I went to sleep late. What? I'm part of a mitzvah. The night of the avodah, the night of the Knisa Labris. And we think the Rosh is Yemen. We think Yemen is the Rosh. How many people have things they shouldn't be having? Or they're involved with behavior they shouldn't be having, but they're pushing me. I run away from you. I'm in a Bereach. That's what I'm going to do. What do you think? I'm going to let myself be pushed? That's what people say you should. And that's what a person has to know, that this is, the ganze Yitzhak is only for this reason. That's what a person has to know. Now if you take a look, and that's why every time you mention Yetzias Mitzrayim, you have to ask yourself, what is it for? Are we emphasizing the Emunah aspect? Or are we emphasizing the Avodah aspect? Where else do we mention this Avodah aspect? The Pasuk it says, Ani Hashem in Parshas Tzitzis, every morning, Ani Hashem Elikeichem asher hotzeitzei eschem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyos lochem le'elokim Eli. Yeah. The Rashi says, what does that mean? Al minas kain podisi eschem. Al minas kain podisi eschem. Shetikablu aleichem gzeiroisai. That you should kabel upon yourself by gzeiros. Ganzi Yetzias Mitzrayim. Hear that? This is the Ganzi Yetzias Mitzrayim. That's what we mention every morning. In Kabbalah's Malchus Shemayim, Mishlachta Shema Yisroel, Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, and we conclude, Al Manas Kein Podisi Eschem Eretz Mitzrayim. That's unbelievable. Rashi in Pashas Boyd says, V'yigara telabincha b'yom hahu leimor ba'avur zeh asa Hashem li b'tzeis mi Mitzrayim. Hashem took me out of Mitzrayim ba'avur she'akayei mitzvosav. That's what Hashem took me out for. You know? The ganze Zach is them Zach. There's nothing else here. This is the ganze Zach. That's where it begins, and that's where it ends, and that's where it starts. And that's the Yontif of Pesach. It's the Chag who became freed from ever having to be an Eved to humans, and we became Avodim for Hashem La'olam. But Avodim for Hashem means I'm mekabel to do the Ratzon of Hashem. Kabbalah's Malchus Shemayim. How does a guy get up in the morning? I miss Krishma. He doesn't care about Krishma. It says the Chastirim in Eibei. It doesn't suppel him. He's not Mekai Mitzvah. And then somebody tells him he's not from. Know what he says? What? And I was talking to Bachvar Briska. I said, you realize you're not religious. You're off the derech. The guy was a chashuv bacher. He was a machadir. I told him you're not from. You wake up at 12 o'clock every day. Then you should know you're a poritz. You're not a oinus at one time. You're a poritz b'dvar Hashem, and you're mamish b'avodas Hashem. You have no reason other than you don't have a ratzon to get up, and the only reason you don't get up is you're not a ratzon. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, do it, and you say name. That's how it is. Go to people who have television houses. Why don't you get rid of it? Why not? Hashem wants to get rid of it. Who said? I remember there was a couple that had 14 televisions in the house. So I told the husband, get rid of one at least. Stop minimizing it. So he started. His wife was mamish married to them. Then finally she went to her rabbi. It was a rabbi from me in Israel. And I heard he's going there, so I decided I'm going to call him up first. to let him know a little background here of what's going on. But by the time I got around to calling him, they were there already. And I figured, oh no. But he was the Elohid. Because the wife said, Rabbi Brog said, it's Hashem says it's usher to have a Torah says it's usher to have a television. He said it's right. The wife almost jumped out of her chair. What? I didn't go to one of those yeshivish rabbis. I came to the Gizl rabbi to hear the right answer. I came to you to hear the right answer. She said, why don't you ever say that from the pulpit? So the rabbi was honest and said, would you like to hear it? It seems you're having a hard time as this right now. I don't want to say things I don't like to say things people don't like to hear. But I tell you the truth. So it is. As I have a phone, tell me, oh, have your phone. What do you mean? What do you mean? You give me you're bossing me around. Now I want you to know something. This is a very big insight. Mark my words. From the time of Yetzias Mitzrayim and onward, every Yid has a choice. There's a choice to Mekabel upon himself, El Malchus Shemayim, the Old Torah, and to be Machnis himself in the gather of an Eved Hashem, and we do that every day. If not, you should know the guy is going backwards. Hashem doesn't let you be in the middle. You go back to being Avdei Pari. You have to know, many places in Chazal, Hashem took us out, says, Amanas came, Podisi Eschem. I took you out, Sheti Avodim Li. If you're not Mekayim the Tanai, you lose your whole schus of Yetzias Mitzrayim. The gun says out, something's done on a Tanai, and you're not Mekayim the Tanai, those achas bottle. And you're chayzer to the Malchi, you're chayzer to the Maimed, the Matzav of Shivat Malchus. As it steht in Tereskayim. Steht in the Pasuk, Va'avdil eschem min ha'amim li yisli. And I will separate you from the nations to be for me, Hashem says. Im muvdolim atem min ha'amim. If you're going to be separate from the nations, harei atem sheli. V'im lav, harei atem shel Nebuchadnezzar Melech Bovel v'Chaveru. And Nebuchadnezzar has many friends. Throughout the Doiris, there have been many people that are Mishabit, Klal Yisroel, have oppressed us, our lives, our money, our souls. And the Pasuk says, V'ivkadeti aleichem b'hola, I'm going to put on you a b'hola, es hashachefes, hakadachas, machali sinayim, medivis nefesh. Rishayim speak out. This is a midah keneged midah. I told you, Ani Hashem Elokeichem asher otzeis eschem eretz Mitzrayim. I took you out of there from being avodah. I took you out from the worry of the avdus and everything comes with it. Al manash tekayim u'mitzvosai. And now, you didn't do that, you're going to get all of the results, all of the tainug of being a Eved, all the tainug of being oppressed. You're going to have beholo, you're going to have shachafes, kadachas, you're going to be crouching yourself, you're going to be this, you're going to have every machl, it's the beginning, I see it clear. I see people not mekabel the Eved, the Abdus of Hashem, and all of a sudden they start to crouch malzai. They start to feel, and now they think, they're living. And it gets worse, never gets better. Hashem takes a break a little bit, starts again, starts a break, again. You have to know that, Kala mekabel alav oil Torah, someone's mekabel upon himself, the oil of Torah, ma'viru mimenu oil malchus shemayim, oil malchus, not oil malchus, the yoke of the goyish malchus, the oil derech eretz, and the oil of derech eretz. The chola poirik bimenu oil Torah, noisnin alav oil malchus for oil derech eretz. But he said, what do you mean? Why you invite upon yourself suffering? Why do you invite upon yourself suffering? Here's a guy that's sitting by the Pesach Seder, and he has one dvar Torah, freie chaya. Otherwise, people would meet him, tell him he's a nice man. And what does he say? It's one Dvar Torah he said every year at his Pesach Seder. Why is it called Passover? You would open the Haggadah and say, why is it called Passover? And his cute Dvar Torah was, Mo avoida hazais lachem. So he can pass over this whole Haggadah in one shot, and he would close the Haggadah, let's start the meal. That was his Dvar Torah of Passover. Yeah. What a nebuch. What a nebuch. Did he pay the price? Did he pay the price? He got the avodah he was looking for. No. The person has to know that. If a person is makabel upon himself the oil of Torah, no, Hashem is ma'avim with it, of what you call. You can get away without having to do malacha harbi l'tzarech parnasasi, Rabbi Yain says. Hashem is going to let you live without needing a lot. Yeah. That's a tremendous act. Kadosh Baruch Hu is unbelievable. You'll be able to learn Torah. You won't have to battle Torah. All of a sudden, here's a guy who can't figure out why he can't learn Torah. You know why? Because he was Pyrek, Mimeno El Torah, when he had a chance. He was Pyrek, Mimeno El Torah. A person has that breira. That chance is yours. The choice is yours. The choice is only one of two choices. You either become an Eved of Hashem, and you makabel upon yourself the oil of Torah, or you will have to do the others. That's the other choice. Tachas asher le'avadeto es Hashem alikecha b'simcha b'tuv levav mirev kol v'avadeto es eivecha yom eved ya'avodim. How many people prepare for Pesach? This year when you prepare for Pesach, keep in mind, instead of running away from your helping in your house, instead of thinking how you can sell your house, there are people that are ready to sell their entire house and live in Dalet Amos. Just $1 Amos, that's the only thing they're going to clean. They make sure there's no chametz there, and they walk out. They don't want to have oil. They don't want to have an avoid decision. That's how you see it. There are people that say, I'll sell everything right away. Why are you selling it? Are you selling it because you don't want to avoid this Hashem? A lot of people have, that's the motivation. No, both persons are inus, he can't. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking a person who wants to be a Pyrek oil, and a person seeks ways to be a Pyrek oil. No. This is what a person has to understand. Is that there's a Mechilta in Shmois that says, Lo yiretzisem lihishtabed lishamayim. You don't want to be subject yourself to Hashemayim. Atem ishtabdim lepigume goyim arviyim. You're going to worship and you're going to be oppressed by Arabs. Pigume goyim arviyim. By defected brios Arabs. Lo yiretzisem lishkol shikleichem l'shamayim. You don't want to pay your shekels? No. You'll pay the malchus hayveichem will charge you the shkol. That's it. You don't want to pay for the roads to get the people to the base of Avigdor. You'll pay for the roads to get people to the other places. Tachas asher lo yavadet ba'ava v'avadet eseivecha b'sina. Tachas asher lo yavadet b'soiva v'avadet eseivecha b'rov b'tzama. Now this is the avodah that each one of us. That's why Pesach needs a lot of preparation, and you have to daven for this. And you daven Hasheveinu Avinu Sarsechem Neikatet Kadosh Baruch Hu. When it comes Pesach, I want to be zoich. You know, when it says the Pamal Yishamayla comes together when the Yidden sit down for the Seder, the whole world stops. The Shemayim stops. What stops? You think it's cute? I like all the cute little boys, little cute little maidlach sitting there saying the thing in Mexico, in the Russian, they say it in Hebrew, Mashtana, they say this, they say so cute. Said Yiddish, everybody has his little thing. What does Hashem have nachas from? He's not nachas. Everybody here is celebrating the fact they become Avdei Hashem. They can eat the matzah, not they're going to complain, too much matzah. I want to enjoy the meat. I want to enjoy the fish. Why you give so much mara for? Why so much? Can't you give a smaller shear? And the father tells you, Avigdor's coming. You can't eat such a lot. Avigdor's coming. Pesach's almost not worth it. All this work, eat a little mara. All this, can you eat lettuce here? I want to eat brisket. It's not bissel. Good to Sachen. Flanken, a guy wants to eat. A guy wants to eat, good to essen. The Kabbalah of oil Torah. That's what Pesach about, basically. So let us understand, in all our preparation, all our discussion, and all our mahalach of Divrei Torah on the Seder, this has to be the goal. The goal is to become committed, to become more committed, to raise your commitment level to avodas Hashem, and to accept it that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, this is your ratzon, I'm going to do it. It doesn't say exactly Shulchan Aruch, but Hashem, it's your ratzon. Are you happy if I'm more careful about chametz than less careful? Yes? Okay, I'm going to do it. That's all. If you see somebody, if you go to Brisk, you want to see what avodim of Hashem are, you go to Brisk. It's amazing. No, I mean, maybe the other place also, that's where I saw it. Over there you see what it means, avdus. You see people cleaning between each one of the balatis, each one of those tiles with a toothbrush. You say to them, chill out, spray a little something on it, wash it up. Oh, do. My Rebbe told me, you can't stop it, you do what you want. Here, this is how we do it. And the checking, and the putting away, and the covering your tables. I never saw it like that. When they cover their table with wood slats, about 1.5 inches thick. I mean, it's like not normal. Then they put on a few tablecloths on top, and there's a tablecloth underneath. I'm saying, what is this here? I mean, what chametz you got on your table already? It's going to climb up through all these things. This is how we do it. They don't use the same leichters from the rest of the year. They extreme to the extreme. But you know what? You see what avdus is. Their preparation, how they make their matzah. Ooh, is that avdus. It's the way they get their mayim shalonu. I remember I was zeicher once or twice to see zeicher. Rebbe told me, I'll let you stay here. Doesn't let anybody there. On the day after they bake their matzahs, after a couple of days of resting up from the baking of the matzahs, it's meshuna to go oil the baking the matzahs. They take baking the matzahs seriously. That's avodas Hashem b'simcha. And then they bring on the matzahs, and then they cover the room. And the way they make that room Pesach, I can't tell you. And they take each matzah and they start to check the matzah. You never saw anything like this. And kimat every matzah they make holes in. They bang out things. It's lo yu'uman. I remember Rebbe teach me. Lamdeini, I said. Abbeinu said, Lamdeini, what are you doing there? He said, look at that matzah. You don't see the problem? I said, the problem looks like a brisket matzah. So if I brent a good matzah, what's wrong with that though? It's a good burnt matzah. And then you see that little line there? I said, it's not a line. I couldn't see it. A bit. Ooh. Takes his finger, pops it out. So you're destroying this. I come, these matzahs cost a fortune. Brisket matzahs cost a fortune. Not stop. Oh, and they pile each one. They take the whole crumbs after it goes in a special thing, and they save it, and what they do with it. Don't ask. And every matzah, you're destroying one good matzah, and then it says, "Oh, a po good matzah." It's a kablim a po good matzah. Still, I'm thinking, what? That's called holy matzahs. But I don't do it. This is a pshat. Is they break their matzahs easily? That's them. Because I told him, is this really a problem? And things I thought was a problem, he said, no, das ist kein Problem. That the Tata was a makbar, that's a gar nicht. And I would think that's a problem. No, das ist kein problem. I remember thinking, I don't know how to look at a matzah, I don't know, I'm looking at it, I want nice, round, clean matzahs that you can twirl, and you can frisbee with, and you can work. And you eat them nicely, you crack them nicely, down the middle. That's called avodas Hashem. That's where you see avdus. That's what you see. Hallelujah, Avdi Hashem, nothing else but. Remember we went to sleep 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I remember I came to his house about 9, 8 o'clock. I remember came, this was my time. I came at 8 o'clock, knocking on his door. They opened up. They were just cleaning up. The Rebbe was cleaning up. He was there. I said, Rebbe, you get any sleep yet? He said, a permanent. I said, what are you getting up for now? He said, after 2 great. He had to prepare himself for an hour and a half to start Shachris. I told me, they had a daven something else. He davened already, part of davening already. I couldn't think, what's the pshat? That's Avnus Hashem. That's Avnus. I was just getting tired just watching it. The place was a mess. The wine was all over the floor. He said, Baruch Hashem. I asked him, what did he speak? He started getting into Rambam, Shaila, this Rambam, that Shaila. I'm thinking, that's not. I want to hear a nice, if I tell you, I want to hear a nice vote. They want to hear about Shaila, Rambam, Shaila, Halacha, this is Chayav, Odom Lasik, Milchus Pesach, Kol Halayla. That's called Avdus. But us, maybe think, yeah, Shirashira, maybe fly a little bit, Shirashira, you know, yeah, this kind of stuff. But I say, Allah steht, Chayav, Odom Lasik, Milchus Pesach, Kol Halayla. That's not the time. No, what do? We go to sleep. On Shavuos, it's a minig. You don't have to stay up, but then everybody stays up.